Welcome to the Week 9 preview show for the DBL. And this week's going to be pretty good. We got some people on the slate this week just running through it. Sea Dogs Empire. Empire, the only team to beat the number one team in the league. Toro's looking for it to happen again so they can reclaim their number one spot. Should be a good one. It was a super close game the first time. Thompson winning week MVP. Um, but it's at home in London. Sea Dogs just trying to seal everything up in the north, just get this thing clinched out. Um, I don't exactly know their scenario to clinch, but they yeah, they would win the division here with the win versus the Empire. They would clinch the division. They'd be up their points or their everybody else has three losses except the Empire. So a win, they're clinched. The Empire, they're really gunning because the Empire they're far behind the Dizzy Devils with 3 games left to go. They're 34 points behind the Dizzy Devils in the points race. So they're not trying to bank on the points race. They're trying to get in where they fit in. They're trying to get this weird caveat to it. I mean, they've had a couple bad losses this season. Um, so they're just trying to weasel their way and try to get this very low probability division spot. But we'll see. It should be a good game. First game up on the flex. Second game, Toros Skylarks. This has been marqueed. This match has been flexed up to death. Pass. It's not going to be on the flex this time because the Skylarks blew a huge game last week versus the Checkers. And it's just really not looking like they're going to go to the playoffs at this point, especially with the Toros coming. They're going to Houston to play them. I mean, they would have to just completely scorch the Toros and pray that the Checkers lose to the Cats to get back into this thing. But it's just looking far fetched, and the Skylarks might have to start looking at new personnel next year. Reapers, Dragonfish. I mean, two teams that is just another year, another disappointment. Two storied franchises, just kind of hoping for something to change. I mean, the Reapers have a tiny bit of excitement built into their team right now. They have, T2 and Hanson are playing pretty good, but I mean, nothing else. I mean, Miller's not playing the way he's supposed to. Jason's not playing the way he's supposed to. Boris, I mean, the Miller, Jason, Boris days are numbered. They have to go. They have to move on. They have to try something else because those three have been around for for a long time and they haven't done anything. Dragonfish, on the other hand, I mean, they just not a good team. They're just counting down the days to where they can just clean house. I mean, both these teams are pretty sad, so maybe the Dragonfish can steal a win here in Oklahoma City. Pharaoh's Gold, this will be flexed up. Both these teams fighting for that spot. The Gold have a super improbable way to the playoffs. I mean, they have a losing record. They're 2-6, but they're still right in the points race. They're ahead of the Gold at number 12 in the league, right under the Silverbacks, who are 6-2. I mean, it's ridiculous the points race in the West. So the Diamonds have all but clinched. I mean, they're 5-1 division. They beat the Silverbacks twice, so all the Diamonds need is a win. Well, kind of. It involves some math, but a win and some help, and they would be clinched. And they have the Phoenix, which could be a loss. So that'll be interesting to watch. Gold Pharaoh. So this is a pivotal points race match. I mean, if the Silverbacks can get a clean win on the Dizzy Devils and the Golden Pharaohs can, I mean, it's just going to be interesting to see how this plays out. And these teams both hoping to scorch each other so they can get just distance. I mean, the league is hoping for the Gold to get scorched, so they're 2-6 butts can just be out of the conversation because they're ridiculous. Then they're always junking up the system for everybody else, and this year's no different. Gremlins at number 4, Interceptors. Interceptors hoping to just stay ahead of the Scarlet Ember in the points race because they're probably not going to win the div. I mean, it doesn't matter. Midwest is for the first time in forever, has been decided. The Midwest was decided in like week 5. Gremlins, everybody knows they don't have it this year. Everybody knows the Reapers don't have it. Everybody knows the Captains don't have it. The Midwest is the Interceptors and Scarlet Ember. The era never ended. Is what we're learning this year. So just a boring game. Chicago. Who it doesn't really matter who wins. And it's weird. I mean, the Midwest is usually the run to the playoffs is goes through the Midwest. This year, it's absolutely boring matchups. Captain Scarlet Ember, another, like I was saying, this game does not matter. The Scarlet Ember and Interceptors are so far ahead in the points race. The captains, they have this slimmer chance. Actually, no, they don't, because the Scarlet Ember already 6-0 division. So yeah, there's absolutely no hope. Scarlet Ember Interceptors are billions of points ahead of everybody. The Scarlet Ember have a 6-0 division record. They've all but clinched except the Interceptors, so it's just pointless. And these games don't matter. It's weird that this because it's like a two-team clinch instead of just one team clinching and everybody racing for the other race. It's been a two-team clinch since like week 6, so it's kind of a weird scenario here in the Midwest. Not good for ticket sales. Margay's Jocks. Margay's hoping to, trying to claw back into the points race after. Did they lose last week? Yeah, lost to the Empire last week in a close one. So they're trying. I mean, they're still ahead of the Empire in the points race, but the Jocks have the potential to, if they can really beat down the Jocks, they have the potential to rocket up and join and fight with the Dizzy Devils. Margats are never really out of it, and they're dangerous. I mean, Raj Timor, Jay Woods, Pascal, if they're all firing, this is a playoff team. So they're hoping that Empire gets squashed by the Sea Dogs. Sea Dogs clinch, and that the Jocks they beat the Jocks pretty handily, and that the Dizzy Devils lose, and they'll be in the driver's seat of the points race. So Margays are very well into it, even with 3-5 record. They've played good games. Phoenix Diamonds hoping for a solid game. It was a close 9-setter 5 weeks ago in Diamond City, but they're hoping for just a clean win. All they need is a win. It doesn't really matter about points. They're really far ahead of their counterparts points wise. So they, in their heads, I mean, everybody really knows that they've clinched the points race, even if they don't have the division race. So that doesn't really matter. But for all the other teams except the Silverbacks, and the Silverbacks just can't catch a break point wise. Um, those teams are hoping that they clinch the division race because the Golden Pharaohs. There's no way they win the division race. So it's all points race for them. Phoenix, everybody knows talented. They just need another year to change up the roster a little bit, get some more talent in there for Greeley and Streets, and they'll be stellar next year. Checkers Cats. Checkers really hoping to put a stamp on their lead over the Skylarks here at home versus the Cats. So this is a chance to really solidify their playoff appearance. Everybody's kind of excited but kind of anxious in Charlotte because it's like, are we really like in week 8? We didn't have to fight till week 11 for this points race. But you never know what can happen. Miracles happen. The Toros can lose to the Skylarks. It's okay. I mean, they're 30 points behind, so they really have a lot of ground to make up. But it can happen. But their cupcake schedule that the captains have for the rest of the year is just there's just really no way they're not going to make the playoffs. And it's exciting to see them second year and knowing their impending legal and financial troubles next off season. This is really all they got for a couple of years. Silverbacks Jersey Devils going to end off the week. Silverbacks, both these teams really hoping. Well, the Silverbacks, well, yeah, I mean, this is all points. It's not a division game, so it's all points for both of them. Dizzy Devils hoping to get a really good game off them. Hope to catch the Silverbacks sleeping at home. Silverbacks, they've blew them 2 games versus the Diamonds, so they're really looking into the points race now after really having a bad points race resume all season, though still leading the points race in the West, um, outside of the Diamonds. So hoping to get that together and get re-swaggered up. I mean, they're really talented. They've won a lot of games, but their scenario just doesn't bode well for them. So they're hoping to get a great game here on the Flex, and that'll be your wrap up. We hope to see you at all the games and watching and tweeting and all that stuff, and get ready for some good dodgeball action tonight.